I was really struck by something, how a seemingly simple accessory, like a beaded bracelet, how it can actually hold so much history and well-meaning. So today, we're going to unpack just how deep that goes. We're doing a deep dive into the surprisingly rich world of beaded bracelets, specifically men's beaded bracelets, and their connection to ancient traditions right up to modern intentions and mindfulness. It's fascinating. We've gathered some really unique sources for this, stuff ranging from, product philosophy, the why behind certain designs, all the way to deep historical context, and even some practical tips. How to wear them, how to care for them.
Right. And I think our mission for this deep dive is really to pull out what makes these accessories, well, tick. It's
Yeah.
not just about what they are, it's the history, the significance, the meaning that's kind of woven into the materials themselves. And importantly, how they manage to bridge fashion with mindfulness. We'll explore why they've stuck around for literally millennia and what unique value they still offer you today.
Yeah, what strikes me first, especially reading how Armin Gregorian from Unlock Your Chakra talks about them, is how simple they look, but there's clearly more going on. He says they're made with love and care, right? Using the best materials of gemstones with intention and meaning. That word intention keeps coming up.
Absolutely. It's often the simple-looking things that hold layers of meaning, isn't it? And our sources really confirm that they're definitely not just ornaments. It's insightful how they tap into something really human, this need to connect. Connect to trends, maybe, or tradition, culture, religion, even just expressing your own personality. Or, yeah, sometimes displaying wealth or status. It's a pretty versatile piece of adornment.
And one specific type kept popping up in the sources, something I found really interesting, chakra bracelets. Now, for those familiar with the chakra system, these bracelets are designed to interact with those energy centers, the ones used for centuries in Indian and Eastern cultures. What we learned is they typically have 7 stones or charms, different colors, different designs, and each bit represents one of the chakras: crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. So the choice of stones isn't just about looking good, it's about resonance, supporting that energetic flow.
And this is where it gets really cool, connecting that modern idea back to, well, incredibly deep history.
Hmm.
I mean, just think about it. Archaeologists have found bracelets in ancient Egypt,
Yeah.
Mesopotamia,
Yeah.
China. This is not a new fad, not by a long shot. And the materials themselves, that's a whole story too. Early bracelets were made from, grasses, thin branches, shells, then later copper and bronze. It just shows this constant human drive to adorn ourselves.
And the really early examples, they tell you a lot about the meaning behind them. We found that prehistoric people wore things like bones and shells on their wrists. And it wasn't just decoration. Often it was believed to ward off evil spirits. Pretty powerful stuff. Then on the other side, you had wealthy men wearing bracelets to display their power and status. So from the very beginning, they held these dual roles: protection and social signaling.
And here's a really surprising bit of history we dug up. The earliest known jewelry, right? It wasn't actually made by us, by Homo sapiens. It was made by Neanderthals living in Europe.
Oh, okay. Neanderthals.
Yeah, they found these perforated beads made from small seashells,
Yeah.
and they date back 115,000 years ago, found in the Cueva de los Aviones, a cave in Spain.
115,000 years. That's incredible.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What does this incredibly long history tell us about our connection to adornment? It suggests this drive, this need to make and wear meaningful objects. It might be fundamental, ancient, not just a modern human thing.
It's amazing to think that drive stretches back so far. And what's just as remarkable is how that sort of ancient wisdom, how it's being consciously used today in making these bracelets. Our sources mention that the specific bracelets they discuss are designed, developed, and made by hand in Los Angeles, California, and that every single piece is touched to create with an intention of compassion and love. That sounds almost ritualistic.
That's exactly it. That deliberate choice of materials is key to this modern take on ancient ideas. High-quality beaded bracelets are made from natural gemstones.
Yeah.
These are rocks formed millions of years ago. And in many traditions, they're believed to have unique effects, unique energies.
Right, like influencing the wearer's energy field.
Precisely. Based on belief systems often rooted in things like Ayurveda or traditional Chinese medicine, each stone having its own vibration. And the sources really stress quality, craftsmanship, and authenticity. They mention these are often made in small batches, which makes sense if you want each bracelet to carry its own unique energy and story.
Okay, this is where it gets really practical for you listening, understanding the specific meanings, like tiger's eye. It's supposed to promote confidence and clarity, good for leadership, maybe starting something new.
That makes sense with the look of the stone.
Then there's black onyx. That one's for protection and grounding. Lava stone connects you to Earth's core energy. Howlite is interesting. It can bring serenity, used for calm and spiritual alignment.
Yeah.
And black tourmaline is said to help shield against negative energy.
You see, the materials aren't just picked because they look nice, though they do. They're chosen because they're seen as meaningful. They connect the wearer to these ancient energies in modern form.
Mm.
It's a real blend of aesthetics and, well, purpose, a tangible link between the Earth's past and your present.
So, okay, you understand the intention, the history, the materials. What does this mean for actually wearing them? How do you incorporate these into your life, your style? Our sources are pretty clear that beaded bracelets are definitely seen as a part of a stylish man's wardrobe. And they offer some solid practical styling advice. It's mostly about pairing them thoughtfully. Like, if you're wearing a suit and tie, maybe go for an upscale-looking metallic beaded bracelet. It fits that vibe.
Right, context matters.
But if your style is more casual outfits and tropical shirts, then you'd probably lean towards beads, stone, and leather sorts of bracelets. Makes sense. It's about complementing the look, not clashing with it. For a sleek, urban look, they suggest pairing a men's black bead bracelet with a navy blazer or leather jacket. Or if you like earthy tones, maybe snacking a wood bead bracelet men's design with a neutral toned watch.
Shacking is popular, yeah.
Even for just a casual day vibe, like jeans and a tee, a single beaded bracelet for men adds instant edge. It's about that subtle touch.
And it's interesting how some colors are just universally popular, especially black beaded bracelets.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. They match everything and anything, right? You don't have to overthink the color coordination.
True.
Less morning stress.
Exactly. And they also match well with all the watches. So they're pretty timeless. You can wear them year-round, season after season.
Now, about stacking, I always picture just, loading up your wrist.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there's more to it to avoid looking cluttered.
Yeah, exactly. Less treasure chest, more curated collection.
Right. The sources say it's about finding the right mix, making sure the bracelets complement each other without looking busy, creating a look that feels unique but cohesive.
Precisely. It's not just about trends, it's about how it expresses you. Maybe even your values, quietly. And a really important practical point for any bracelet is the fit. You've got to make sure the beaded bracelet fits your wrist just right.
Not too loose, not too tight. Exactly. You don't want it sliding off, but you also don't want it cutting off circulation. That's no good. They point out that stretchy beaded bracelets usually come in sizes, so it's worth measuring your wrist to get it right. Ultimately, a good bracelet, like any good accessory, just works with the whole outfit.
Okay, so given these pieces are about intention, energy, meaning, how do we look after them to make sure they last and, keep that vibe? The sources say you need to avoid prolonged exposure to water, sweat, or harsh chemicals. Apparently, that stuff can weaken the elastic and dull the natural shine of the beads.
Right. Basic care goes a long way. And cleaning is pretty straightforward. Just clean your bracelet with a soft cloth and mild soap. Then, and this is important, air dry fully before wearing again. No lingering moisture.
Got it. And what about when you're not wearing it? They advise storing it in a fabric pouch or jewelry box to prevent scratching. Keep it safe.
Makes sense. And if you do that, with just a bit of proper care, your beaded bracelet collection can last for years, keeping both its looks and its believed spiritual energy intact. It's really about nurturing that connection you have with the piece.
So we've gone on quite a journey here, haven't we? From thinking about a simple accessory to exploring, deep historical roots, really intentional design, and this profound personal significance they can hold. It seems pretty clear they're more than just accessories. They can be statements of intention, style, even spiritual balance.
Absolutely. They can definitely elevate your list, sure, but they can also be about channeling something deeper, grounding energy, inner strength. They really seem to bridge that gap between fashion and mindfulness in a very real, tangible way.
So maybe a final thought for you to consider. Thinking about the thousands, even hundreds of thousands of years humans have adorned themselves, using natural elements for protection or power or just personal meaning. What personal intention or energy might you choose to manifest in your life right now? And what seemingly simple object could become your powerful daily reminder of that intention?